I was just sitting in the Tuscan sun, having a bit of a dreamy time. And I really realised that, do you know what? This is how I want to live my future life. Not necessarily in Tuscany, not necessarily in this sun, because I'm of Irish descent and sun and me don't really get on. Hence, if you can see, I'm quite, let's say, pink. But the freedom to travel, to see places, to meet people, to experience other cultures on my terms, that's how I want to live my future life. And of course, that got me thinking more about Safuu and my strategy going forward. So I just thought I'd jump up and make a brief video. It has to be brief because this afternoon we're off to the beach. So, brief video, really thinking about my strategy in terms of Safuu X and in terms of the coming, 8 to 9 months. And so I'm going to share that strategy with you today in this video. Let's just go. Welcome, my dear friend. Oh, I'm kind of in the sun now, so you can watch me go even pinker as we speak. Welcome, my dear friend. Come take a seat at this beautiful little table I'm sat at in my Tuscan garden. Not my Tuscan garden, you understand, but it is mine for the next few days. I can't believe I'm saying this again, but no tea. I'm still on the water because it's so warm and I need to keep hydrated. But tea will return, don't you despair, at some point. Probably when I'm back in cold, wet, blighty. But anyway, for now it's water. I don't know whether it's better in or out of the sun. Let's go out of the sun because I think you can probably see me better there. There, that'll do. Okay, so at this point I will just say I'm not a financial advisor. No. I'm just here in this beautiful, beautiful Tuscan garden on my vacation, talking about my future and hopefully your future. So please do your own research. So the other thing I want to say before getting into this video is I'm still on the road to trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before I go to Dubai. It's looking increasingly difficult to do that, but just a plea to you, if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you like my content, then please hit that button down below. Come on, you know where it is. Go right now and do it. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Fingers crossed. I'll be at least near 1,000 by the time I go to Dubai. And yeah, I can't wait for that. Anyway, let's get on. Oh my gosh, I've had to move again. This sun will not leave me alone. Anyway. So, I guess before I talk about my strategy for the coming few months, it will be a good idea really to just summarise where I'm currently placed in terms of my Safuu and what that will mean in terms of sacrifice for Safuu X. So, in previous videos I've talked about 3 different wallets in which I was keeping my Safuu for various reasons. That's all kind of changed now. I am now, of course, a full node owner. And since I've bought my node, I have now consolidated all of my Safuu into one wallet. I did that just to make it more manageable, I guess. Yeah, so it now makes a bit more sense. So I have my node, my full node, and I have my Safuu. And currently my Safuu sit at probably something approaching 4,000, which is very heartwarming for me. But I do have some expenses to take out of that little bag. And as you probably know, if you've seen my previous videos, I do take some passive income from Safuu. I do have other income kind of streams. So it's not all about Safuu for my passive income. But obviously we're only talking about Safuu in this video. So I will be taking some more Safuu towards the end of September. And then I will be taking some Safuu before the sacrifice. I'm going to get it as near to the sacrifice date as I possibly can. It's all very dependent on the price of course, of Safuu as we get towards sacrifice. But I will be taking some Safuu as profit in order to help see me through, obviously, the months when we won't be able to touch our what will be Safuu X. And also within my wallet, I've talked before about part of my strategy is to give or to gift some Safuu to family members. So kind of taking all that into account, I am going to have to take quite a lot of my Safuu in profit, but that's okay because that's why I'm in this. And if you've seen my previous videos, I'm in Safuu and crypto to not only take to build long-term wealth, but actually to take a passive income. So my goal is to have an absolute minimum of 3,000 Safuu to sacrifice for Safuu X. That's my goal. I hope I will have more Safuu X. Sorry, I will have more Safuu. I'm hoping it will be more like 3,500 or even 4,000. But it's all very dependent on the price of Safuu as we go towards the 20th of October in terms of what I will need to take out. But my absolute minimum to sacrifice is 3,000. That's done. It's done it again. I'm running out of places to sit. So anyway, let's crack on. Now, one really important thing that I really want to hammer home again is if you intend to do with some of your Safuu as I do, which is to gift it to other people, then you really, really have to take on board that you have to do that. And, I guess, move it to a different wallet before you sacrifice it. So, I have a list of 5 people that I am going to gift some Safuu to. In order to avoid the transfer tax of 10% once we have moved to Safuu X, I am going to move, I'm going to create 5 additional wallets, and I'm going to buy a ledger or some sort of cold storage for each of those wallets. And I am going to move the Safuu to them before sacrifice day. And then I'm going to sacrifice the Safuu from those wallets. Because, again, to reiterate, and I've said it before in another video, the Safuu X will come back to the wallet from which you have sacrificed. But once we have Safuu X, we will be charged 10% to transfer to other wallets. So I want to avoid that. And so I'm going to set up my 5 wallets with cold storage before we sacrifice. And I just hope that's helpful if you are also planning to do something similar. Okay, so back to Safuu and sacrifice. Now the big question here is, what will the price of Safuu be at sacrifice? And that will of course dictate how many Safuu X we get for our Safuu. It's a big unknown. I really hope and anticipate, actually, I do think the price of Safuu is going to rise before the 20th of October. And there are 2 reasons for that. We, of course, have the Dubai Crypto Expo. And although I think a lot of potential new investors will be interested more in transferring their other coins, their Bitcoin, their Ethereum, etc., to converting that to Safuu X, I think there will be some that will buy into Safuu and do it that way. And especially now with the increased sacrifice bonus of 74%. So I think that is a factor that will play into a rise in the price of Safuu. But also, I can hear people shouting. Maybe you can too. I think it's the family on the top floor. I think they're having a bit of a barney. But anyway, let's carry on. Anyway, I think the other factor is I think current Safuu investors will buy more Safuu before Sacrifice Day to top up their bags, to get as many Safuu X as they possibly can. And I think that will increase the price. I don't think we're going to see huge increases, but I'm really hopeful that we do see a $9 Safuu. Maybe that's absolutely beyond, maybe that's fancy realms, but I think if we can get to that $9, I think a lot of people are going to feel more content about it. But who knows? So I've done various calculations based on the number of Safuu X that I might get for my bag of a minimum 3,000 Safuu. And I've done lots of different calculations. But if it was if Safuu was at around $9, then because of the sacrifice bonus, and I will be sacrificing at the very earliest opportunity on that first day, of course, to get the best bonus sacrifice deal. For my 3,000 Safuu, if we were at $9, I'd get about 5,200 Safuu X, which would make me very happy. So I know all of this is a great unknown, and we will know more as we go through October, but fingers crossed, and with a fair wind, hopefully we will get higher than where we are at the moment. Although again, we know that the lower the price of Safuu, the better for the fire pit. So although we may lose out this side in terms of the number of Safuu X that we get, we're gonna win big style on the other side of the sacrifice, because we know that the higher the burn rate of the fire pit, the higher the value of Safuu X. So anyway, there's lots of unknowns in that. But back to my strategy. So my strategy is this. I have a node. Let's talk about that first of all. I think, obviously, I know that, there are two streams of income with the node. The rebasing of the Safuu X within the node, which we know now will result in approximately 900 Safuu X being produced per month. And then there's also the potential of the income from the gas fees that are part of being a node owner. Now, we know that the gas fees aren't going to come in. They're not going to build for quite some time, and they may be very low to begin with. That's fine. So I'm just looking at the rebasing at the moment as the income that I will receive between January and July. And any gas fees that I receive as a node owner, and hopefully there will be some, will just be a bonus. So I'm not counting those. They'll be a nice added bonus. But looking at the rebasing, I've worked out that my personal goal is to earn enough passive income to match what I used to earn in my 9 to 5. And if I receive that, I'll be incredibly happy. In order to do that, I need Safuu X to be at approximately, to be very comfortable in terms of income, to be at about $10. And what I've really taken into account, because that sounds quite a lot, because that would obviously be over $9,000 income. But what I've taken into account are a few things, and I've taken into account the sell tax of 10%. So when we sell Safuu X, there'll be a 10% sell tax. I've also taken into account the conversion from dollars into GBP, into British pounds. I've also, though, taken into account the tax that I will have to pay as income on that amount. And I'm, I want to stay on the right side of the tax man. And so I'm putting away at least 40% of everything that I earn from that node. I probably should think about putting more away, but at that point, I think it's a safe bet-ish. At that point, 40% should cover things, I hope. So taking all that into account, all those deductions, a price point of $10 of Safuu X will give me what I need for my passive income. However, I have also calculated that I can potentially go down to $8 and still be okay. Anything below that, I would have to supplement that income with other streams of income, which hopefully eventually will be the gas from the node. So that's nice. So my strategy is to take my passive income from the node revenue. As I said, for the first few months, that will be just rebasing. And then to leave my bag of Safuu X completely untouched. And hopefully to allow it to rebase for all of those months at 2.09% a day. And I've done a few calculations, and if I did have 5,200 Safuu X as a result of the sacrifice, then come July and the end of that rebasing period, I would have approximately 750,000 Safuu X. And that, I think, in terms of seeing my Safuu X bag as my long-term wealth potential, obviously it's so dependent on the price of Safuu X at that point, but I feel kind of happy that that gives me a solid base, given that hopefully the node will give me my passive income. And actually, just on that, my other strategy in terms of the node is anything above a $10 price point, I intend to just keep the Safuu X. So I'm just, in other words, I will take out the passive income that I need. Hopefully the price point will be $10 or more. But anything above what I need, I'm just going to keep it rebasing. So I will add it to my bigger bag of Safuu X. So on 5,200 at sacrifice, if I can add more and more by the month to that bag of Safuu X, then hopefully I'll have more than that, 750,000 Safuu X coins. I'm hoping I can reach 1 million Safuu X coins by July, and that would be amazing. So that's kind of my strategy. Sorry, that was a bit wobbly, but definitely my node for passive income and building my bag of Safuu X throughout that period from testnet right through to July. And come July, I will just reassess and see what my next steps are. So that's it. I'm gonna go now because I am about to fry in this Tuscan sun. It's beautiful, and I can hear my hubby preparing lunch, which is going to be gorgeous. So I'm going to have my lunch, and then, as I say, we're heading off to wander around the beach. And actually, we're going to try and find a gorgeous little restaurant to have a fish or a seafood dinner, because we're in the right part of the world for that, and to watch the sun go down, because that's how we rock. That's making me very happy. I hope you're happy. And this, by the way, is what the lunch looked like. And at the end of our day, this was our beautiful Tuscan sunset. And I hope my little videos help you to think about a strategy for Safuu X going forward. Love to hear what your strategy is in the comments, so please do let me know. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go. I wish you a good day. I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But in the meantime, stay Safuu, and cheers. Bye for now.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need